For real, for real, for real, for real. This my city, my city. Yeah, yeah. For real, for real, for real, for real, for real. This my city.
Hey bees, and welcome back to StyledByBeaver 101. Today's video is going to be my transfer proof, smudge proof makeup routine for 2020. With all of us having to wear a mask whenever we leave our house, it is super important to wear your mask, by the way. It's also equally important to make sure that your makeup isn't moving around and budging, because then when you do take off your mask, you might look a little crazy. So the first thing I'm going in with is my NLips and Things Iceberry Lip Gloss. This is my sister's cosmetics brand. Link will be down in the description bar as always, and everything else that I will be using today. So the first thing that's super important about your makeup not moving is your primer. I'm going in with the Essence, I believe it's the Tinted, My Perfector Tinted Primer in the shade 40 Tan. And I use this primer on my wedding day. I use a lot of the products in this video on my wedding day, and my makeup was absolutely amazing. It didn't move, it did not budge. So like I said, this is tinted, and it doesn't so much give me that much of a tint, more so it kind of gives a little bit of ashy color to my face. But when it dries matte, it's amazing. And whatever I put on top of it, foundation or tinted primer, it does not budge, and it like gives me the greatest, not the greatest, the best coverage for the day. So for foundation, I'm using the Beauty Bakerie Cake Mix Demi Matte Foundation in the shade 21. I know going on it looks crazy light, and it's not going to match, sorry, but this foundation oxidizes. So like you can see now, it has oxidized and it's blending into my skin like a dream. Another thing I think that is super important is for full coverage, you usually use like a brush, because you want to give yourself a decent amount of coverage but not too much product on your face. That's why I applied with the brush, and then I blended in with my Queen QM cosmetic sponge. Blends like a dream and gives me great coverage, but still gives me light feeling on the face as well. And I didn't cry much on my wedding day, to be honest. I cried like a couple of tears or a few tears at one point, and my makeup still didn't move. I fell asleep. I was drunk for sure after the ceremony. And then I fell asleep in my makeup, and the next day my makeup was still on. My lipstick was the only thing that looks kind of crazy. So these products, they work well, guys. So I'm going in with concealer. This is the 16-hour Camo concealer from e.l.f. and it is in the shade Deep Olive, and I'm blending that in for under my eyes, chin, my upper lip, nose, and the midsection or the middle of my forehead. And I love this concealer. It dries down matte and it really doesn't budge. It says 16 hours because, y'all, it's not moving for at least 16 hours. Like, it's not going anywhere. I forgot to show you guys me putting my makeup on after, not makeup, my mask on after I've done the makeup, because my mask was dirty, and that's really my bad. That's really my bad, and I'm so sorry about that. But trust and believe, this stuff doesn't budge, it doesn't move, and it lasts really well. I mean, eventually it may start to budge, but not, you know, sometimes when you put on your mask and then you take it off, and the first time you take it off, it's like, wow, all my makeup is not even on my face anymore. This won't happen with this combo for sure. So to set my concealer areas, I'm using the Beauty Bakerie Flower Setting Powder in the shade Asava, I believe. It's the yellow shade. And I went in with my sponge first to kind of press it into the skin, and now I'm using my fluffy brush to blend it out and blend it properly into all the areas I applied the concealer. And this is a holy grail powder. I've been using this for like 3 years now, non-stop. So now I'm going in with my MAC Cosmetic Studio Fix Powder in the shade NC46. I've been using this for about 2 years now, and I really love it. It adds more coverage, so that's why I kind of take away coverage with the foundation by using the sponge. So it adds coverage, but it also sets really nicely and doesn't budge. And it's super fine. It gives you like that porcelain like finish to the skin. It's really, really nice. So now for contour, or bronzing, I'm using the Soul Body Face and Body Bronzing Balm in the shade Deep. I got this from Colourpop Cosmetics, and usually I set this, but in this video I didn't. I don't always set it. Without setting it, you don't get a matte finish. You get more of like a sheen, but it doesn't budge and it doesn't move, which is really important. But if you wanted to set it, you could as well. And I'm just gonna apply that to the hollows of my cheeks, my forehead, the perimeter of my forehead, and my chin, and down the bridge of my nose. For mascara, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Full Volume Mascara. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. It's down in the description box, but I never remember what it's called. But yeah, this mascara works really well. It doesn't, I don't know if it's waterproof. I don't remember, but I get watery eyes in the colder months, and my eyes, like, water a lot. And I haven't had an issue where this is bleeding, so I think that's super important. And sometimes when you're wearing the mask, it starts to irritate your nose or like your under eye area, and that as well can cause your eyes to water. So now I'm going in with the deck of Scarlet number 18 palette, and I'm going to be using the bronzer and eyeshadow, just to kind of add color to my face. I don't remember what it's called. You can probably see it on the screen. I can't, but it's the number 18 palette, like I said. And I just use a bronzer and one of the eyeshadows as blush. I don't always wear blush. This was just to add a little bit more color to my face because I knew I wasn't doing eyeshadow. But I will be using the highlighter in this palette for my face. And I'm just going in with a fan brush and I'm just applying that lightly to the tops of my cheeks, my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and sometimes my upper lip, not always. So now I'm going in with the star of the show, or at least one of them. This is the Morphe Matte Setting Spray, and this is a lifesaver, y'all. I use it on my wedding day as well. Makeup did not move, it did not budge. It has a very fine mist, and once it sets, oh my goodness, it's like everything. It doesn't move. I love it so much. $20 at Sephora. It's definitely worth it. So I wiped off that lip gloss that we had on previously, and I'm just going in with a random dark or chestnut shade brown lip liner, and I'm lining my lips, and I'm going to blend that out. And I would suggest using a matte liquid lipstick when wearing a mask. I feel like matte lipsticks themselves, they're not as matte as a liquid lipstick, and they kind of smudge and move. I could be wrong, but if you can suggest one that doesn't move, definitely leave it in the comment section down below. But yeah, so I would use the Colourpop Cosmetics Ultra Matte Lippie in the shade, I believe it's Twirl. It's either Twirl or Tulle. Um, I love the color. It's perfect for the fall. However, my only thing with Colourpop lippies is they're so drying. So you gotta make sure you moisturize your lips before. And also, when you smile or do like a kissy face, sorry, it doesn't their product doesn't cover like the inside of your lip or like the wet part of your lip is. That's my only issue. But other than that, no problems. Anyways, guys, that's my transfer proof makeup routine for 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give me a thumbs up and leave